Hi everyone, Andrea here. I'm a celebrity makeup artist. For those of you who are new here, you're very welcome. In today's video, I'm going to talk about sunscreens. What are the products that work the best under makeup? How do we reapply sunscreen? I told you guys that I've tried over 30 sunscreens in the past 3 months or so. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the ones that I like the most to layer under makeup, the ones that I think that were beautiful throughout the day. So I'm going to talk about each and every one that I liked, and I'm also going to show you how I've created this look, because why not? This is what my makeup looks like after I'm done with sunscreen, makeup, and another layer of sunscreen on top of my makeup. So if you want to know everything, keep on watching. Sunscreen is such a big struggle, isn't it? Because the most problems that I find that I get with sunscreen is that it peels, the texture is so thick, the smell, the reapplying situation, not to talk about the reapplying, that's a real issue that we have. The peeling, my husband was like whispering, the stains, because he struggles with that as well on t-shirts. I've tried many sunscreens, and I have to tell you, there are quite a lot that I like. I would lie if I tell you that every day I use the same sunscreen, but that is only because I have so many, right? Some of them I received them, but I would say 70% of them I have bought them myself. Not that it matters, listen. Nobody cares this day. Like a brand can send you a product and they don't care what they say about them as long as you do mention them somehow. There's no negative publicity these days. Trust me on that. In no particular order, I'm going to tell you about this brand. Can you get closer? This is from Rovectin. And I found this in a K-beauty store in Paris. And it was maybe 20 something euros, I think 25 euros I paid for this. I'm curious how much it would be online. So this is a mineral, okay? It's a physical sunscreen, which I do have to say, I personally prefer. I feel more protected. Whenever I see zinc oxide, I'm very happy. I know that also zinc works so great with my skin condition. So I have acne prone skin. My skin is oily on the T-zone, so combination skin. From time to time, I do get a pimple here and there. I do have a lot of blackheads on my nose, on my chin. That's just to describe a little bit my skin. And I'm looking for zinc in products because zinc do kind of control the sebum production. I mean, listen, mineral, chemical, whatever you prefer, as long as you use it, it doesn't even matter. However, if I would have to tell you my preference, I prefer physical ones. I prefer the mineral ones. And I found this SPF 50 zinc oxide that's very hydrating but not greasy. And I'm going to show you what this one looks like on my skin. The last time when I was doing my makeup, a lot of you gave me a hard time with the amount that I was using. I have to say this. On a normal day, I use a lot of sunscreens. Sometimes I use it in 2 layers. But because I do my makeup here and then I take it off. And I should mention this every single time I use sunscreen, that I don't use as much as I need to because I take my makeup off in 2 hours, okay? So this, yes, it needs 30 seconds to work it into the skin. Yes, I agree. It does leave your skin just a pinch more pink. It does have a little bit of white cast, but nothing compared with traditional sunscreens that my mom would get at the pharmacy. Or when you think about sunscreen, right? You think about that thick consistency. I want you to know. Let me show you. Can you get closer? I want you to understand the texture of this. Look. It's not greasy. It's only very shiny because I made a fist and my skin is very tight, but I promise you this is not greasy. It leaves that almost like a primer feeling, like a silicone. And I love that this doesn't peel, first. Second, This works great under makeup. So this is one sunscreen that I love to use as my primary sunscreen. I consider the primary sunscreen the one that you use in the morning before your makeup. And the secondary sunscreen, I consider the one that you apply throughout the day. Another one that I really like under makeup, and I think that a lot of you would love, I didn't see anyone talk about this. This is the OLEHENRIKSEN Banana Bright Mineral Sunscreen. This is SPF 30. Yes, it has less protection than this. Let me show you what this one looks on the skin. Although this is a mineral, blends into your skin immediately. And I mean immediately. This is a type of sunscreen that does not peel. Again, I have used it on top of many of my serums. My routine is pretty simple in the morning though. I use a milky toner. I use this essence for my blackheads. And then I use the serum from Dr. Idris, Major Fade. And then I use moisturizer in a very thin layer, and then I use a ton of sun protection. And I have to say, this is really good under makeup. I think that a lot of you would love this. If you prefer mineral sunscreen, this is really beautiful, and it gives you a hydration and a glow. But I don't know if you can see, do you see how it's not sticky? And you can see that this is really beautiful. Immediately like sets on your skin, and then you could apply whatever you want, whatever foundation you want. So this is great under makeup. Another sunscreen that I love, and I think you guys will love it too, it's this Kosas, and again, this is a mineral sunscreen. This is a DreamBeam Sunlit, and this one will give you a little bit of that bronzy look. So if you're like me, you apply sunscreen all the time, but in summer you do like to have a little bit of tan on your body, your face will always stay lighter, right? This is a great option to kind of balance your face with the body. Look how gorgeous this is. Again, it does not peel, and they do have a version where it's more pink. So if you don't like the bronzy look, fine. There is another version that's more pink that I also love as well. But this, on days when I don't really want to wear makeup, I could apply this, a little bit of concealer, or sometimes no concealer at all. Listen, dark circles are very much embraced in Paris, I feel like. Or maybe I just live in a bubble, I don't know. But you look at women on the streets and they will have bronzer, they will have mascara, they will do their eyes. But I don't see a lot of people applying a lot of concealer to the point where you can tell that it has concealer, that person has concealer on. So I think here imperfections are a little bit more embraced than in other places. So that's why for me, applying something like this, bronzer or blush or both, mascara, I'm done. Gorgeous product. Really beautiful under makeup as well. And it does not peel, which is super important. I got this from the US. This is an SPF 50 broad spectrum, which is great. It's 100% mineral sunscreen. You gotta shake this really well. It has a tint and it's very liquidy. I don't like very liquidy sunscreens, but this is actually really nice. And I have to say, it evens out your skin tone. It doesn't have a lot of tint, but the amount that it has, it really evens out your skin tone. I know a lot of you are using apps, and I'm not going to name any app, but you know, those apps where you scan the product and they tell you if they're good or bad. I only share this kind of information between my friends, but I consider you friend. I personally don't believe it, and I have very high reasons to not believe that kind of apps, because if you use the app on certain products from certain groups, you will realize that they magically only prefer certain groups of cosmetics more than others. And I've noticed that even with sunscreens that a lot of derms are recommending, they would be like, the apps would be like, nope, not good enough. So this is one of that product that will have a bad rating online, but I personally love it, truly love it. It becomes very velvety on the skin. It is not greasy at all. Do I like the tint? It's great when I have self-tan on because then, you know, it balances the skin. However, now I don't have any self-tan on, so you can see it's a little bit too dark for my face. I prefer to wear this when I do have self-tan on. If you're darker than me, you're going to love this. And it's also a great product to layer. Like you could apply this and then apply your foundation, whatever foundation you use. I'm telling you, this is really great under makeup. This is another sunscreen that I really loved under makeup. This is from the Inkey list. Polyglutamic acid Dewy sunscreen SPF 30. Now I have to say this is not a mineral sunscreen, but I liked it. There were a lot of chemical sunscreens that I liked, but I wanted to include this also because this wasn't too expensive. Guys, it just melts into your skin. Like, gone. Does not leave a film. You won't pill. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And I feel like this has like a really good grip. It's something that I personally like before foundation. It's because it just has a grip, but it's not sticky. Like as I touch my skin, I don't feel that it's sticky. It's more like a plumpy peach. I wish this wouldn't have been as liquidy. You gotta shake this really well. It's from Ultraviolet. And I wanted to show you, this has very high protection. So it's SPF 50 plus, broad spectrum mineral sunscreen. Guys, look at the glow. It's glowy, but it's not greasy. Something very, very pleasant on your skin. I think a lot of you would love this. And you could even apply it in layers. If you are a sunscreen maniac, like I know a lot of you are, and you love to know that you're protected, because this is so thin, I would apply it in layers. First layer, work it into the skin, wait 1 minute, another layer. I'm not telling you that you have to apply it in 2 layers. What I'm trying to say is that even in 2 layers, it's not going to be greasy or sticky or just weird. This is amongst my favorite, I would have to say, along with this. This is 100% physical, so mineral sunscreen, and unfortunately it's not on the market yet. This is from Universkin, and Hari Arampatzis is the CEO behind the brand. And I have to tell you, he gave me this a few months ago when I was in Nice, and he was asking me like, what do you think about the sunscreen? I said, listen, I have to try it. He knows I'm super brutally honest with him. And he told me it's going to be available sometime in June. This has the most amount of zinc. So as you can see, it has a little bit of a white cast. I also applied a lot, but it does not take forever to work it into the skin. And you know what? This is the type of SPF that you know it's going to protect your skin. And because it has so much zinc, it helps people who have acne, people who have oily skin, because it kind of tames the production of sebum. I would say that I would use less skincare quantity-wise, not meaning I will cut steps from my skincare routine, but I will use less product from my routine. So if you're looking for something that really protects your skin, if you're like a maniac for SPF and you want to know that everything in your SPF is like clean and high, super high quality, you're gonna get anything from Universkin. So Universkin is normally a brand that you can only find in a doctor's office. However, if you go on their website and you fill in the questionnaire, they can create a perfect routine for you. It needed like 2 minutes before it became completely absorbed into the skin. And please keep in mind that between this step and this step, I did not remove this. So I've applied this on top of it, and it's still not greasy or thick, you know? The last one that I have right here, there are great sunscreens on the market. This is the last one that I'm going to talk about because I don't want this video to be too confusing, too long for you. And we're mainly talking about products that I love under makeup. This one is from Allies of Skin, the one SPF 50. Now this is a chemical sunscreen, and anything that is clear like that, it's a chemical sunscreen. You don't see this product on your skin. Completely invisible. Gone. All you need to do is just massage it into the skin. And this is really beautiful under makeup as well. You guys, it will perfect your skin. It's almost like a primer. It has a primer silicone filling. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I have to say I love it under makeup. Is this going to peel? Normally, no. However, with certain serums that I use, it could peel. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not sure if it was something, I think it was something from Barbara Storm that I've used, that I normally don't even use, that I've noticed this was peeling. But other than that, this one is perfectly fine under any foundation. And it's super fast gone from your skin. Like you don't feel it. You just feel like this soft veil on top of your skin. And that's it. I want to talk about a sunscreen that my husband is using, only because I know that if you have a man in your life, most probably he doesn't like to wear anything on his face, or if he does like to wear anything, you don't want to give him your stuff. Or maybe is that just my case? In my case, my husband hates sunscreen, just doesn't like anything that is liquid. It doesn't matter if it's a very silky consistency. He just doesn't like anything greasy on his face. And I found this, this is Beauty of Joseon, and it's a matte sun stick. You guys, if any of you have oily skin or you want to make your husband use sunscreen, you're going to give them this, because this is first so easy to apply. Wherever you've applied this, immediately your skin becomes matte. So I'm going to put it on my T-zone. Look, immediately matte. My husband loves this. It's just so easy to apply this, and honestly, you don't really need to massage it, so they don't have to feel this on their face. Now, how do we reapply sunscreen? I have personally not came across a product, a spray, or anything that is liquid, right, that I could reapply without ruining my makeup. I mean, if you're on the beach, no problem. You can reapply every 1 hour, every 30 minutes if you want to. But when you are working, you cannot reapply your sunscreen without ruining your makeup, unless it's in two forms, either spray or two, powder. Now, I have tried every single spray. I've tried the ultraviolet. I've tried the La Roche-Posay. I understand that a lot of you love that product. I didn't. I'll just be honest with you. I love to apply those sprays on bare skin, but I don't like them on top of makeup. I find that it makes my skin incredibly greasy. The fact that I couldn't like work it into the skin. So for me, my choice would always be this powder. Is this for everyone? No, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is from Universkin, and I would be a liar if I told you this is for everyone, because it has a tint and it only comes in one color. And the tint that they have, I will apply it at the end of my makeup so you understand the color that this has. But this is a little bit pink. So this is more of a neutral undertone. It's for people who are anywhere from light to light medium skin tone, and it kind of ends here. Now, if you're wondering like, why do you promote something that it's not inclusive? Guys, they only have one product, and this was especially created for after treatments, like the in-office treatments that we sometimes have, you know, like Morpheus or whatever, lasers, whatever. Doctors have requested this product and Universkin delivered. And at first, believe it or not, there was a version with no tint. It was a very nice, blurry version that I personally loved. And then doctors asked for a little bit of tint because, you know, people would leave the office with, you know, a little bit of redness depending on what they would do, right? So that's when the brand was like, okay, I'm going to create something with a tint. And they only have this one color. Now, I was talking with Harry Rampatsis, who's the CEO of the brand, and he told me that they will launch this powder in transparent, so we don't have to have this problem with the tint, but it's not going to be until next year. I thought it's going to be this year, but unfortunately it's going to be next year. Let me show you what this color looks like on my skin. So the powder comes with the applicator. It has a lot of powder. It will be enough for like 4 months if you use it every day. The way you want to apply this, you see the surface of the brush is flat, is like this. Okay? You want to literally build it on top of your skin. It will blur the pores, as you can see, but it has this kind of like pinkish color that if you are, you know, dark, deep dark skin tone, this is not going to work for you. Okay, I've applied a lot right here. Now you see the color. I mean, it's beautiful, and also like you could apply it directly on bare skin. You don't have to have makeup on to apply this powder. It will immediately blur your skin, as you can see. Is this your primary sunscreen? No, it's not. It shouldn't be. Okay? This is just how you reapply your sunscreen throughout the day. Now I'm going to do my makeup, and I need SPF all over my face. So I'm going to apply this OLEHENRIKSEN. Now, if you are new to the sunscreen game, you should know that you're supposed to apply either 2 fingers of SPF or about 1 gram. 1 gram of SPF is about like a teaspoon, like a tiny teaspoon. If you ever see me applying less, it means that I'm not really keeping that makeup on. We're going to do a quick video because I want you to see what the makeup is going to look like on top of the sunscreen. And I've put a lot of sunscreen, as you saw. After sunscreen, you don't have to apply primer. I'm going to start with this Chanel. This is a product that I think a lot of people use wrong. And I'm only saying this because I saw a friend of mine using it just like this. And I was like, what are you doing? I'm applying my foundation. Where she said BB cream, I'm like, first of all, that's not a BB cream. And second, that's not how you apply it. So guys, you see that this one has encapsulated pigment. Well, the way you want to apply this is put it on the back of your hand, and you got to break the pigment. You got to break the pigment first. Okay, either with your finger or with a brush. So you take the brush and you just do this, saturate the brush with your product, and then apply it on your face. By the way, I love this for how natural it looks. Let me apply a little bit more. If you have never tried this product, you should know that this is so lightweight. So it's just a great product to apply every day. Have your hair down and it's not going to stick to your face in case you don't want to use powder. I'm going to use this NARS Goldeneye Light Reflecting Eye Brightener, and this is really great to apply before your foundation. Can you get closer? This is before your foundation because it's going to really brighten those eyes by correcting whatever discoloration you have, if you're more gray, if you're more purple. So don't get me wrong, I will apply concealer, but sometimes when my under eyes are really dark, I go with this first. Then I'm gonna go with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. So this is a regular concealer, a little bit more coverage than your usual concealer, depends on how much you use. We love a bronzy look in summer, so I'm gonna go with this Makeup by Mario bronzing serum. This is in light medium, and I've saturated this brush from Say, and I'm going to get this exactly the way I naturally get tan, which is always forehead and then cheeks, chin, and always the nose. How gorgeous is this palette from Chanel? So you've got 4 shades that you can use for your face or for your eyes. They're the perfect satin finish for both face and eyes. I truly love also the colors available. I'm going to go with this on top of what I have on right now. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. So I do a quick swipe on the nose and then apply it higher on the cheek with that bronzy, sun-kissed look. I'll get the Huda Beauty powder. I'm gonna use it under my eyes to set the concealer in place, and wherever the shine is a bit too much. I've done my eyebrows off the camera, was using a little bit of this brow powder duo in medium brown, but only used the lighter color. And then LH Cosmetics, this is the brow wax, very good product. Eyebrows will stay the way you put them for a very long time. Now I'm going to show you what I like to do quickly on my eyes, especially on a hot summer night or summer day. I always go with a cream eyeshadow, a thin one. And for me, these eye tints from Giorgio Armani, they are the thinnest. Then I take a blending brush, blend, take a little bit more for the crease, blend again, right? And then under the eyes. By the way, this is in shade 23. Love adding a little drama with the Victoria Beckham Beauty. You just have to see how beautiful these are on the eyes. So I've taken with my finger and just on the center of my eyelid, I apply this. Then I take Cinnamon, also from Victoria Beckham Beauty, tight line, then kind of smudge, then kind of extend this tiny little bit, okay? Then mascara, brown from Sweet Lashes. I mean, you could totally use black, but I'm in my brown mascara era. The new tinted lip oil from Violette. Do I want to use this or the other one? 1 second. So this or this. This one is Vitesse and it's a little bit more tamed. I think I'm gonna go with the lower one. They look gorgeous. They have this like mirror kind of shine, which I love. Now let's say it's been 2 hours. What do I apply? This. Make sure you load the brush. Okay, press a little bit. And then this is the only way I can see myself reapplying SPF. If you guys have any other product or you found a better, a different way of applying SPF, please let me know. I'm down to learn. All right, this is the final look. Can you take me a little bit further away? Wearing this really cute butter yellow moment. This is from Kosas, and the bra, it's a bralette, is from Massimo Dutti from their studio collection. It's so beautiful. I bought it just like that. I thought, listen, I will find a way to wear this, and I actually like it underneath this. All right, guys, this is today's video. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, everything I've mentioned is in the description down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed, you liked, that you follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, and let me know if you enjoy my shorts. Are you, or is it like, nah, don't put the effort? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.